Shocking case of an unarmed African-American man.
We need to show up. We need to unite. We need to stand shoulder to shoulder against racism.
Biggest gathering London has seen in weeks.
I'm going to stop saying I'm not racist. I'm going to start saying I am anti-racist.
Protests breaking out in Atlanta over the deadly police shooting of an African-American man.
Am I black enough? Am I good enough? Am I talented enough to be with Les Mills?
In episode 1, we looked at the African American experience in the U.S., beginning with slavery and progressing through the end of slavery, the Reconstruction era, and Jim Crow laws. In episode 2, we explored the civil rights movement, the racial divide, and its impact on the fitness industry. So Marlon, what's next for this episode?
We thought it'd be useful to hear from some of our very own fitness leaders and their experiences within the fitness industry.
Growing up, I realized that the Black woman was never a symbol of beauty. It was never represented in the media, never represented in fitness magazines. So I didn't really have any fitness role models to look up to.
It's hard to find someone in this fitness world or within the company who looked like me, who represented me.
We're thought as intimidating. Our hair is not a standard of beauty. It's one of those things I actually have to think about when I go for events. I don't want to look too ethnic. We appease other people's thoughts about us.
It's so crazy that I have to say this, but in this world, being different is tough. Being black is tough. Because we're unknown, people don't know us, they fear us. We're odd. That's how I felt, and that's how I feel in this fitness world. I never spoke openly about it, but this is the truth.
As humans, we never really imagine things happening to us or to someone who's very close to us. We can sympathize, we can empathize, but what happens when it hits close to home?
My little brother was murdered in Belgium 8 years ago, and then by the white guys. When I see the reaction around me, when I talking about this story, it makes me really feel that we know we not have the same importance in life as a black community than a white.
Contact theory posits that contact between two groups increases tolerance and acceptance. Awareness creates change.
So my experience in the fitness industry has been what I would call casual racism, where people think you're there to make up the numbers, to fill the quota. Maybe you're not quite as good as everyone else, but you know, they need a black person around to make it look even.
But I felt like I had to work more harder to be noticed. I felt like I had to do extra stuff to be chosen. And for that, it has been hard.
There is that comment that people have made to me before that I literally cannot stand. I've had people come up to me in the gym and say, wow, you have really great genetics.
I remember my first trainer model, and the last day, the head of training were giving the results, and she was complimenting me about the amazing work I did, both on and off stage. And at some point, she added that it was even more impressive because I was black.
As said earlier, the closer you are to something, the more it means to you. So our hope is, after hearing from people who teach the same classes you do, step on the same stage as you do, the proverbial fight becomes much less nameless and much less faceless. It's not about sympathy, it's about awareness. And awareness creates the most change.
And I'm happy that I can be part of the change. I'm happy that I can be part of a new wave, of a new generation where we include everyone, where this doesn't matter, but we look at this, what's inside here.
So next, let's look at what we can do as individuals and what we plan to do as a company moving forward. Because if we truly want to change the world, that change starts with us. Thanks for watching. Love you.